How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelate Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'll be discussing and taking a look at the Spirit Halloween 2021 themes. Now, I'm going to give a brief disclaimer that there will be some leaks in this video, technically leaks from the Spirit Halloween manual, but I will give a big warning before I go into that section. But for those of you who don't want to see that, I'll be talking about some of the photos and taking a look at their theme that people have just recorded in store or taken from their Spirit Halloween window, which technically don't qualify as leaks. But I'll be talking about both today since I did take a YouTube community poll, and an overwhelming amount of people said they wouldn't care if I showed those stock photos or the manual photos of the theme. So I'll be discussing those later on in the video, but first I will be talking about the ones that technically don't qualify as leaks. So I guess without any more hesitation, let's jump right into it since I'm a huge fan of the theme this year. We'll start off with our first photos. I'll try to credit everyone I use in this video. Every person's photos I use, I will try to credit them with either their Instagram or their YouTube channel or whatever that may be. So let's just jump straight into it. The first photos we will be taking a look at were taken by CM Halloween or Connor Miranda. I'll leave his Instagram and his YouTube channel in the description below if you want to go follow him for taking these photos. But these photos are of the Archway. He got some really good pictures here, so I'm here to discuss the Archway. That's the first thing we'll be taking a look at since it is the first thing you see when you walk into the store. So here we have it, Spirit Halloween Factory, and I love this Archway so much. I don't know if I like it more than last year. Last year, I think the Archway was definitely one of my favorite parts of the theme, if only my favorite part of the theme, because I think that was just one of the most amazing archways. I love the flames on it, but I really love the archway here. As you could see to each left and right of each side on the bottom, they look like broken factory windows, which I love. That's just a really great detail Spirit threw in there, and I think it looks fantastic. And it looks like on top the thing supporting the whole sign is this giant I-beam, which looks really cool. I like how it's like kind of broken off on the sides, looks great. And for the sign itself, I love how the O's are replaced with these cogs and gears. That looks fantastic. Just really great detailing here by Spirit. And overall, this looks like a very detailed and awesome Archway theme. Now, the props that will be here are going to be Mr. Howell and I believe the Goat Reaper guy. I think his name is Baphomet or something like that. And I think those are really good props to put at the Archway since I think both of them will be 7 feet tall. So there'll be two giant props as soon as you walk into the store, which is really cool. I like how they're going to do that this year. And overall, I think this is a fantastic Archway theme. The detail is great here with the paint coming off the wall and exposing the bricks underneath and just the overall griminess that this factory theme will have. I love the griminess and the grittiness of this theme. Definitely an awesome Archway. So the next thing we'll be taking a look at is the main front theme. Now, this is a video taken by JM Haunts on YouTube, not to be confused with GM Haunts. This is a different person. I will link his channel and this video in the description for you guys to give him some credit here. So this is the front theme here. I will be breaking it down bit by bit. So let's start off with the Days Till Halloween sign. So let's start off with this Days Till Halloween sign. Now here it is, you can see it right here, and I just have to say right off the bat, I absolutely love this. This will definitely be something I'm going to try to get at the 50% off sale for Spirit Halloween. Now obviously they based the design for the countdown on the graveyard shift after this. This was definitely planned beforehand, just because, you know, obviously they make all the themes way before. And I just have to say I love this. This gives me so much Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, like how they're counting down till Christmas, but it's like the same thing here, but it's Halloween. I love this here so much. I cannot wait to get it. And obviously, every time you visit Spirit, you'll see that it's changed. And I just think it's overall a extremely cool idea just to let you know how many days are left until Halloween. And I honestly hope they do something like this every year going forward. I don't know if they will. It just seems like a really cool idea that should be used multiple times and definitely something I will be trying to get at the 50% sale. A theme piece I definitely want to own. The next part I want to talk about is the walkway through the assembly line. And sorry I didn't mention this before, but the front theme is called the Spirit Halloween Factory Assembly Line, which I think is really cool. But here we have these weird lava tiles. Now, fun fact, these were actually meant to be used last year. That's right, last year for Reaper's Island, they were supposed to have a walkthrough in the back. Obviously, COVID hit, so they couldn't do that, so it was smart that they reused them here. I think it kind of fits, like they obviously had to melt down the metals and dump them into stuff, and I think they do work well here. And overall, it's a really cool effect, which I honestly like a lot, so I'm happy they're reusing them instead of just letting them all go to waste. So it is really cool to see here nonetheless. I love it. It looks great in my opinion. And yeah, it's just a really cool, fun effect through the walkway. Not much going on in the walkway. There really isn't ever much going on in the front themes walkway, but I still think it's cool and definitely a really cool effect to see them reuse and better to use it here than let it go to waste. The next part I'm going to be talking about is one of the sides to the front walkway here. Now, this is not the most interesting side. I think the other side is a little bit more, but nonetheless, I'll be breaking it down here. There's not much going on, but here you could see it says warning product testing area. This is where Harriet Hustle will go, or the clown trapeze girl, as it's not officially named yet, but it is called Harriet Hustle. And this is where she's going. It's pretty interesting that they have this little fence here. I like it. It reminds me a lot of 2017's back theme Area 31. It's cool to see they're using the same fencing again. I like that a lot. Other than that, there really isn't too much interesting going here. This is more of a place for props to go, which is nice since the other side, there's really no place for props to go. So it is cool to see it here, and I do like it a lot. But other than this warning product testing sign here, there isn't much going on. Now, the next part I'm talking about is the other side of the front walkway, and this is definitely my favorite part. It is the Carve-O-Matic conveyor belt. I love this so much. It fits the theme perfectly. So it basically what it is a conveyor belt that they're using the classic infinite conveyor belt trick where something goes on it, then it flips around underneath and comes out the other side. Just keep going on and on and on. And what will be happening is a uncarved pumpkin will go through, and then a carved jack-o'-lantern will come out on the other side, and I just love that so much. There's obviously these two little skeleton workers there too, which is cool, and props will be placed in front of it. I believe Grimm and the Pennywise sewer grate will go there as well, and I'm pretty sure Nightcrawler will be there too. Now, I just love this so much. Such a clever and creative idea on Spirit's part. Fits the factory theme perfectly. Definitely my favorite part of the theme right here. I love these conveyor belts. I like how they're in the shape of coffins too, for where the mechanical stuff is, where the pumpkins will come out of and get carved in. And overall, just a very clever and creative idea on Spirit's end, and definitely, absolutely my favorite part of the theme. Now we will be stepping away from the front theme to take a look at, in a sense, the third theme, but not really. But this is the factory showroom where I guess Sam and Shorty will go. Here's another picture where you could see them standing there. I don't think this is a manual photo, but here they are. I guess they're going to put them in the horror section because obviously they'll have their two franchises on each side of them, which is very clever on Spirit's part. Again, they're very smart, very cool ideas this year. But I guess since they're both horror related and licensed characters, they will be in their own sections, which is really cool. I like that a lot. In a sense, again, a third theme, which I do like a lot here. Other than that, there isn't too much detail. Obviously, there is that factory window behind them. And I think it is cool how these two licensed props will get their own separate theme. But I'm kind of confused why the Pennywise sewer grate was left out here, but I think he works better in the front theme anyways. Nonetheless, it is still cool to see that Shorty and Sam will be getting their own mini theme this year, which I do like a lot. Alright, so now finally we are at the back theme, and I will only be going over this briefly here, but right here you could see some TV screens, which are cool, but I will only be going over this briefly here since I will be doing a majority of the discussion of the back theme in the leak section, since there are so many more photos of the back theme for the leaks in the manual. But again, I'll be waiting to save that here. So briefly here, this looks like a very large back theme, which I do like. The whole roof will be covered, and it's going to look really cool when it's all put together. But here, there's only a little bit of it put together, but there is enough to see that this will be a large back theme, and there'll be lots of detail packed in here. So that's really all I'm going to talk about here before we get right into with the leak. So remember, you got one more warning, but this is it right here for J.M. Haunt's store tour. Really cool. Again, he's linked in the description if you want to check out his video and subscribe to him, since he is probably the first person to get inside a store and record like this. So again, be sure to check him out. And I guess let's continue on to the leak section. Alright everyone, here is your final leak warning for the video. We are about to get into the technical leak section from the manual, but not really at this point. There will be no new props shown here. All the props were shown off in the graveyard shift, so you don't need to worry about any props being spoiled for you. But there's going to be a lot of the theme revealed here, and there may be a few returns, so here's your final warning. And I guess without any more hesitation, let's take a look at the leaks. Since I discussed a majority of the Archway already, I'm just going to be going over the Archways here briefly. Obviously, you could get a better look at Baphomet and some of the other props there, including Mr. Howell, and you get a real sense for how large these two props are, which is really cool. And here's a photo of what stores who may not necessarily have enough space to put a full walkway through or a normal archway will do. This looks really nice here. Again, the windows look good together. I think it looks cool. And obviously the two props will just be put right next to each other. And it is cool to see what stores will be doing if they don't have enough space to fit the whole theme. Now here is the assembly line again, the front theme. I'll be going a little bit more in-depth here since obviously there are a bunch of new components that you could see that weren't revealed in that video. So here is the Carvomatic. You can get a much better look at it here, and you got to look at one of the little pumpkins going out of the carving station, which looks really cool. I hope those are sold individually. I would love to get my hands on one, but they're probably like drilled into the conveyor belt mechanism, which is a little bit of a shame, but obviously it wouldn't work otherwise. And you do get a good look at the Days Till Halloween sign again, all lit up. It looks like it says 51 days, but obviously that's not the case. I'm sure at the flagship store on opening day it will be set correctly, which is cool. And you can see Grim in a hard hat there, which is interesting. And yeah, just overall a really good front theme. I like this one a lot. You can see that maybe there's lights inside of it as well. And overall, I just think once again a really good front theme. And yeah, I'm really excited to see this one in person whenever that time may come. Now we are going to be taking a deep dive into the back theme, since there obviously wasn't that much set up inside the store that J.M. Haunts was in, but here we could get a very, very good look at it. I'm going to be having to break this down like I did with the front theme from the video. I will be breaking this down side by side, but first I want to talk about the main part here, which is the main front of this theme, which looks incredible. Now here at the top we have these two skeletons, with one with a clipboard and one with a megaphone. Looks like they will be bossing people around and keeping track of the factory, which is really cool. They both seem to have digital eyes, which is a nice touch as well. And then obviously you have this Halloween factory sign above the actual factory part, which looks great. And then we see a few props inside. The one that is blocked off all the way to the left will be Night Stalker. There isn't another prop going there, just so you guys know. Night Stalker will be going there. And then all the way to the right, we have Wacky Mole as well. Looks great. He'll be under a black light in store, which is really nice to see. And then we have the Caretaker and Harvester of Souls, which both look awesome. I overall really love the way this looks. Obviously, inside there's going to be a lot of hidden details that you can't really see very well from this photo alone. And I'm just really excited to see this one in person and really walk around inside. And overall, this looks awesome. Again, you can also see those two screens in the background. I'll zoom in for you right here. I'm not sure what those screens will be playing, but they look awesome. And again, great back theme. So coming to the left side of the factory here, we have a nice little scene with Experiment Number 4 and Mr. Dark. And also you could see these posters here, which I'll get into in a second. But this looks like a nice little area to fit some more props in. Obviously, Mr. Dark is the main attraction here. But Experiment Number 4 does look really large from this. Obviously, that is the prop with the hand that shoots out of the box. Really cool looking. And it says Research and Development above this here. And you see these blueprints. So now to these posters. I believe these will be sold in store. Obviously they will be, but these posters will most likely have old themes and stuff on them, like blueprints for old themes and props, I believe. This is a really cool idea on Spirit's part. I love this. I'll definitely be having to pick some of these posters up. Hopefully they have a Barnyard Butcher one, or a 2012 theme, or a 2021 theme. I love this one a lot too. Overall, this looks great though. I'm a really big fan of this year. Fantastic. Now finally, here's the last part of the theme we'll be looking at today, which is the right side of the back theme. Here we can see Evelyn Leach and Ophelia. These are new props for this year again. They're here just to add more props to the actual themes. And behind them, which is what I'm going to be mainly focusing on here, are two portraits, one of Pumpkin Nester and the other of the Crypt Keeper from Tales of the Crypt. Now, I have no clue what this could signify. Maybe these props are returning, because I'm sure most people didn't know this, but in 1996, Spirit Halloween did have a Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt animatronic that was made by Jemmy, which is extremely interesting to me. So I'm wondering why he's here, because maybe they're going to be bringing him back. Obviously, they won't have Jemmy make it, though. I think somebody said YJ will be making it, if anything, but I'm not sure. And then we see Pumpkin Nester, which could be returning this year. Now, I have no clue what's going on with these. Obviously, you could stick your head in the other one of the portraits there, and it says Human Resources above it. I thought originally it said, like, Employee of the Month, but it is really cool to see these two props. I don't know if they're going to be new this year or coming back, but overall, the themes for this year are pretty awesome. Well, everybody, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Be sure to check everything out in the description. All those channels, again, will be down there. Also, my merch and my Instagram. Be sure to check those out. Also, let me know what you guys think of the themes in the comments below. Again, I'm a huge fan of the factory this year. One of the best themes we've seen in a while, and I've been really waiting to talk to you guys about it and discuss it on my channel, so I'm really happy in today's video I got to do that. So let me know what you guys think of the factory and below, and are you excited to see these themes in person? And I guess with all that, as always, this is the Pixelate Pumpkin, signing out.